I want you guys to clear your head really fast. I'm going to ask you a question, and without hesitation, I want you guys to think about the very first word that comes to mind when I ask this question. Are you guys ready? Yes? Fantastic. What is the first word that comes to your mind when I say ranked SKYWARS? If you answered hacking, assault, rage, toxicity, then you're in the majority. If you answered anything else, please comment it down in the comment section so we can kind of know what your thoughts are, where your head is at when it comes to this game mode. Now, this is kind of like a Topic Tuesday video. We're bringing it back, boys, clearly, because recently on Twitter, Hypixel himself replied to a thread that I was having with some other people, and he actually mentioned ranked SKYWARS, kind of his thoughts about it, and why they're not necessarily updating it a ton. So the tweet reads, "It's a small community with high toxicity and high hacking tendencies. Really hard to motivate ourselves to update it as often as we could, to be honest. We still have plans, but yeah." And honestly, I could totally see why they think that. That is honestly one of the reasons I have stopped playing ranked SKYWARS as much in the past few months. You know, it's just, you always find hackers. It's sometimes hard to tell if they're hacking or not, but still there are a lot of hackers in the game. And it's so very, very toxic. Everyone gets so very salty. And of course, there's reasons for that. One, it's a competitive atmosphere. So of course, if you lose them, you're going to get really salty. With the fact that there are rewards for being in the higher tiers, in these higher divisions, there's much more of an incentive to actually hack so you can get these. Of course, in my mind, it's like if you're hacking to get them, you're not necessarily earning them through your own skill. So how is it really a reward to you? How do you feel okay with getting that when you in no way, shape, or form would actually be able to get that on your own without the help of these hacks? But that's my own personal thought. Other people, mainly the hackers, do not share that sentiment. And it really sucks because I really loved ranked SKYWARS when it first came out. I believe the day it dropped, I was streaming and we grinded ranked SKYWARS for like 2 straight hours in the stream. I had a fun time. I learned a lot about the game mode. I started making a few tips and tricks videos for ranked SKYWARS way back in the day, and I've consistently played it up until really this year. And I know I've been talking to Quig recently. He also said the same thing, that he used to love playing the game mode. It used to do really well for views on YouTube, but it's not worth the mental struggle you go through when playing the game, because of all of these hackers and all this toxicity being thrown at you, or maybe that like you get sucked into it and you start being toxic, then you might get muted, you might get banned, who really knows. It's just not a very healthy environment, to be completely honest. And I know it's Minecraft, I know you could just not play it, it's very simple, but I personally would love to get back into it. I always say that every single month. I say I want to get back into it, and I record like 1 or 2 videos. It's fun, I have a great time, but it's just, once those hackers start coming at you, man, it just gets so demotivating to actually play. And clearly that has passed its way on to the developers and the owner of Hypixel himself, where they say they're not necessarily motivated to keep updating it with new features to make it more fresh, make it more fun, and even some way, shape, or form make it less toxic or filled with less hackers. So honestly, I would love to have this video, this comment section, be a bit of a forum in itself, because I know a lot of people don't really go on the Hypixel forums. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do. I'm sure thousands do, but I feel like a lot of us don't necessarily do it. I personally don't. And if we do it, we're not going on to specific threads and then making our own page post about it and like commenting, really interacting a lot. So I thought it would be kind of an interesting video to make, talking about some changes that could happen, some thoughts that could go through my mind or that have been on Twitter, and to see what you guys are thinking via the comment section down below. So one of the first thoughts that was actually in this same comment thread is someone saying that they should remove the chat entirely from ranked, in which Hypixel replied saying that he wanted to do this ages ago, in which I replied, I'm all for it. And Quig replied basically saying yes, because with the chat being there, you know, that toxicity really gets thrown around even more. You know, YouTubers that are nicked, or even MVP++s that are known that are nicked, they get their nicks spoiled instantly, because people just know as soon as you join if you're nicked or not. So it would stop the spoiling aspect, it would stop toxicity to a certain degree, and wouldn't necessarily stop hacking entirely, but that brings us to a very interesting point, which is what if the only way to play ranked SKYWARS was doing so through a like client-side anti-cheat. So think like the Bad Lion client, whatever that was called, Cheat Breaker. I know it's not for 1.8, but if it was for 1.8, or if Hypixel made their own anti-cheat client, that would obviously be the most efficient way to completely null and void all hackers entirely, make it a perfect even playing field. I'm not sure if they would do that. I feel like that would take a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of manpower, which I know they have a lot of manpower on their team, but of course they are still working on their standalone game, and they're still developing new minigames for Hypixel. They're still updating current minigames, fixing bugs, this, that, and the other. You guys know how it works, at least I assume you do. So that would be an awesome idea. I would love that if we had a Hypixel anti-cheat, which ironically, it's so funny because if it was called Hypixel Anti-Cheat, an acronym would be HAC or hack, which is hilarious to me for some reason. So that would be super, super interesting if they were to do that. I think it would drastically change how many people would actually be playing ranked SKYWARS, because if that was the case, there wouldn't have to be any sort of Hypixel level requirement to join ranked SKYWARS. If we didn't do an anti-cheat, we could obviously raise the Hypixel level limit, which I guess wouldn't really matter too much, because if a hacker wants to hack, they're gonna hack, man. If they hack and then you hack and then they hack and then someone hacks, they're gonna get banned, but they're gonna just keep hacking anyways to get on hack some more. You know what I mean? 100%. Everything I said made sense, right? Though, don't worry about it. So I don't know if really raising the level to get in would do much. I mean, we could completely take away all of the rewards you get. That's the main incentive people have to hack in the game mode. But then it's like, is there really an incentive for anyone to even grind it, because they wouldn't get anything out of it? Again, it's just Minecraft. It's not like it's Overwatch or Fortnite or PUBG or something to where there's big leaderboards. And if you're number 1 on that leaderboard, you get a massive increase in views and recognition in your YouTube channel, your Twitch, whatever it may be. That's how a lot of these streamers and YouTubers get really, really big. If they're really good at the game, they're on leaderboards, they get seen that way and they blow up. Maybe Hypixel could like tweet out and throw on their Facebook the number 1 person. I don't know, that'd be interesting, but then they have to somehow realize if they're hacking or not. That'd be a whole thing. And someone actually commented to me on Twitter, which I then tagged Hypixel, in which Hypixel replied, just by the way, guys, tweet us. Tweeting is the best way to get anyone to reply to you. I swear, it's amazing. It's literally like talking to them face to face. It's so fast. It's amazing. But they said to help decrease toxicity, you could have negative karma given to you if you type L or easy in the chat, in which case Hypixel replied saying it was a bad suggestion because people would go for negative karma and it would encourage more bad behavior. Which I could see, definitely people would do that for sure, but it's also like, you can't necessarily expect people to not say L or easy or be toxic in the chat when we have toxic kill messages in the actual chat itself when you're fighting. You know, there's like the taking the L, there's all these other things that are in Hypixel itself. When you kill someone, it kind of shows a toxic message for them, which is surprisingly also in Fortnite. I guess we're just rolling with the toxicity at this point. I don't know. It's definitely an interesting topic. It's an interesting viewpoint I think a lot of people could have on it. Definitely comment down your thoughts down below. Would you guys like the hack, the Hypixel Anti-Cheat? They would really need a better name than that. Or I guess it would do well for SEO. Regardless, that's search engine optimization. You guys don't care. Would you like some way to help decrease toxicity on the server? Just comment down any of your thoughts about anything I've spoken about or ideas you guys have had. I'm my own man. I've only got so many different ideas and different viewpoints and different outlooks on things. And the more people that have those outlooks, the more people that have their opinions expressed and viewpoints shown to other people, the more clarity really gets thrown around the entirety of the room. And the more people can really, really try and benefit from an overarching culmination of viewpoints, where like you take like this from this person, that from this person, this from that person, and then you get what would actually really, really work and what really makes sense. I hope that made sense. I'm pretty sure everything I said there was a little bit sketchy in how I was saying it, but I'm pretty sure it all made sense if you really think about it. So guys, comment down your thoughts. Hopefully someone from Hypixel is watching this. Like he said in the tweet, they have plans. It's just they're not really motivated to do it, and I completely understand that. It's like, why would you be super motivated, super excited to update a game where the majority of players are hacking? Like, what's the point of that? That's just like, okay, who cares? I'd rather update Bed Wars than that, and I don't even like Bed Wars that much. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, and of course, share this video around. Definitely different, a serious topic video at that point, but still talking about the community and Hypixel in large, which I think is good to have. So, yep, other than that, I will talk to you all later. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.